one of the hardest things about being a politician or an aspiring politician for me is to come up with these creative, amazing things to say to people, because it's just not my style. I'm a speak very little, carry a big stick type of guy, because I believe that these people that have a lot of words probably are saying very little amongst all the bloated things that they're talking about. But what I can do is I can be very upset about the way things are going, and I can tell you just how upset I am about the way things are going. And if you're not upset, then you're probably not paying attention. Of course, everyone here is paying attention. We're in the midst of some very big problems. You know, not only on the state level, but on the federal level, which is really what sparked me off to get this whole entire thing going for the last couple of years that we've been working to change the system. Now, all these things that were once conspiracy theories are now coming to light. The NSA is looking at this video, or at least recording it and archiving it somewhere to hold on to it to hear my speeches later. So, hi NSA. But that's a very scary thing to me. I'm very much for human rights that we are born with, that we do not have by our government, that are not issued by our government, that we had them long before government existed. And these are the things that bring each and every one of us together, regardless of our political affiliation. In fact, I believe myself and another person here believed ourselves to be hardcore Democrats at some point in our lives. But now we're here as people who are liberty-oriented, regardless of the brand name that goes along with it, because that's a polarizing thing that keeps some people away from the cause. I tell people that there's not such thing as a left and a right. They exist only as things in our imagination, things that we use to kind of separate and easily categorize, to add labels to each other, and unfortunately marginalize each other. The truth of it is that there's only bigger government or tyranny, or lesser government and liberty, and that's it. And if we speak about things on these terms, as a friend of mine says, you know, don't let them own the conversation. Don't let them tell us how we're going to speak about this. But we bring these things to the table as we go around and talk to people in this great state and beyond, as this goes bigger, and it will, believe me. We have to frame the debate ourselves. I want to be known as a less government person. When I get into office, I'm not going to play sides in this, and as much as I want to make friends with everyone, my job is not to answer to the people that I work with to try to form alliances and see if I can compromise on this in order to get a little bit of that. You have to stand by your principles, because at the end of the day, and at the end of our lives, we answer to one person. He's up above, and when I get there, I want to be thanked. I hope to be thanked for my service to my fellow human beings, to do the right thing at all moments, not to try to do what's going to be politically expedient for me. If it's politically expedient for me, believe me, I would have already been in office. I can talk with a smooth tongue if I have to, but I'm not going to lie to anyone. I'm going to give you the hard truth every moment. And that's, like I say, the people that I will be working with, the other senators, the other delegates or representatives, or whoever and beyond. I'm answering to my constituents, and I answer to them through the prism of, first and foremost, the Constitution that I swore an oath to as when I went into the Air Force, and then secondly through the prism of liberty, because regardless of if someone understands it now, once they do understand it, it just can't be switched off in their brain. They get it, and that's what everyone desires. Everyone just yearns to be free, and it's our job as legislators, as elected officials, as executives, whatever it is, whoever is listening to this, NSA, it's your job to do that, to promote freedom, to advance liberty, to just get a paycheck from someone and say, I'm just doing my job and this is what I was told I have to do. That's not good enough anymore. We have to take care of our fellow human beings. We have to take care of the rights, the liberties that make us different from animals, that make us different from Russians, or make us different from Yugoslavians, or whoever else out in the world. We happen to have been given a gift by our founding fathers. Now, we've squandered that long before any of us here were ever alive. Any of us. even myself, older than everyone here, we have squandered this gift a long time, and it's happened incrementally. Now, we're not going to turn it around and get it back to absolute freedom overnight, but we have to start chipping away at it. And it has to be a process, a deliberate process where at every moment, at every decision that we make as constituents, especially in the voting booth, but as legislators, when we get there, we have to make these decisions to constantly take back these liberties and slice away at the bigger government and move back towards a smaller government. Because realistically, there's everyone has a different way of the way we do things. My way is definitely different than all of you guys, and that's the way it is, and that's okay. But as long as my way doesn't interfere with your way, we don't have a problem. We don't have a problem. I talk to people all the time who want me to institutionalize their ideas, and their ideas may be great and grand, but I cannot be that person for them. If they're looking for someone who's going to give them things, well, they better look to someone else, because I'm going to give you the ability to get it for yourself and not take it from someone else. Because that's all government ever does, is it takes to give. It picks winners and losers. And we don't need to do that. We have the ability to all of us to win, if we'd so desire to get up and do what it takes to achieve, which is why for the last 5 years of my life, I've given up in order to just get to the point where we are today, to where we have a real fighting chance to knock off a senator who has been in there for 30 years. For almost as long as I've been alive, he has been in the same position and not representing us. Because where is his outrage? Where's his outrage to bring us back from the bigger government? When the gun bill came around, he was waiting to see which way the wind was blowing before he was going to come down and make a decision. That is upsetting to me as a constituent, and something that I can't stand for. So recently we've had a rain tax, and I'm not saying all my opponent is doing all of this, but we had a rain tax and a gas tax that have come down that have burdened Marylanders even more than what we've been done before. No more. No more. It's time for us to mobilize, organize, get together, and take this back, starting here with Maryland's 30th legislative district for our senatorial seat. And I hope that you all will fight with me, because you don't have to fight alone. I'm going to fight, and I'm going to win.
Woo!
And we're going to dismiss that asshole.
Yeah.